Hi, this is Jonathan with Guardiansurvival. What I've got here today is I'm going to be making a knife review of the knife that I carry in the woods whenever I'm out here. And I'm making this because Gavko, I'll have a link to his channel in the description. I'm sorry here, I'm getting eaten by mosquitoes all the time. I'll have a link to his channel in the description. And so I'm going to be making this because he's giving away a knife, and whoever makes the best knife review, in his opinion, is going to win the knife. So I'm going to be making a knife review of my knife that I carry, and it is a custom knife that I designed myself, and it is 3/16 inch 01 steel with micarta scales on it and about an inch of jimping here on the back. I designed my own knife because I bought a few different knives. I tried them all. None of them really worked out for me as well as this one has. Oh, just again, mosquitoes here, crazy. None of them really worked out as well as I had planned, and, well, so I just decided there has to be a knife that works best for me, and that knife I designed to be the jack of all trades. It does not do one thing or everything perfectly, but it does as many things as possible as well as possible. So, it does chopping fairly well, it does batoning pretty well actually, it does fine carving great, anything else, you name it, it does it as well as it needs to be done, but it does not do any one thing fantastic. Alright, so I'm back here, I've got my knife here, and I found this log here. It's not that big, it's probably 1.5 inches to 2 inches thick, and I'm just going to take a few swings at it and see how much of a divot I can make here with this knife. I'm not very good at chopping, mind you, so just keep that in mind. You can see that this is not the best chopper. It is not a huge divot, but is pretty sizable, and I didn't really know this at the time that I picked this up, but this is a very hard wood. I did not expect this to have that much resistance. So I'm just going to stick with it though. I'm going to be batoning this here in a second. So I'm going to either have to go over there and try to break this some other way, or I'm just going to continue chopping through it. So I'll be batoning this in a second, so just stay there. Okay, I just chopped through this log, and it was a very hard log. It probably took me an extra few minutes just to chop through this, but it is not going to be the best chopper. It is too small for that. So I want to make sure this is in the shot here. It is too small to be the best chopper. You can look at some of Gavko's knives. The blade itself is well over 1 foot long. This is just over 4 inches. But for its size, I think it's a pretty good chopper. Now, I'm probably going to just baton this log, so just stay tuned. Okay, well, as you can see here, I'm going to be doing the batoning test. And as you saw just before this, this is fairly hard wood. So I'm going to imagine that this is not going to be the easiest batoning I've ever done with this knife. Nor have I found the best baton. You can see that it's not bad. I did just take this chunk off here. It's pretty sizable. That's probably 3/4 of an inch thick. So I'm just going to continue down this the other way. Too far up there. I will note That's not my knife. That is, there was already a split there in the wood. It was not all the way through, and I didn't notice it before, so. That is not bad at all. That's right there. That's at least 1.5 inches thick right there. Towards the top, it's probably more like 1.25 inches. And here, the very top, where it cut this big chunk off, it's got to be 1.5 inches to 2 inches thick right there. And I just cut this huge chunk off right there. So, that's the batoning. I'm gonna go find something to carve. Alright, well, I found this nice stick here. It is also very hard. I didn't really want to cut down anything here, so I'm just finding the dead wood. And the dead wood around here has been dead for a long time. This is just pretty much in the backyard of a church, so no one has been out here in a long time. So again, just keep that in mind, please. I'm gonna kit off this knot here. This is also something fairly large to be trying to take down to a point, so and there's another stick here. This back. This is the base here. It's not working here, so I'm going to stay flat. It's not working anymore. After I managed to chop off most of the outside, the outer layer of the wood, right now I'm just trying to bring it down to a point. Again, I'm not the best carver, as all of you other people who have had more experience with this can probably tell. Just to show you here, it's not just the belly of this, or not the belly, the front of this knife that is very sharp. It is also the top. I can also use the very tip of my knife to carve this, which I actually like to do to get more in the delicate places, but it is much harder since you do not have as much just force upon the tip of the blade as you do on the front of the blade. So there, you can see I've gotten that down to a fairly decent point. This would be a great stick to break down into a frog gig, but I've already shown a batoning test. I don't really think that would be necessary. There's a better shot of it right there. Well, that's it for this knife review. I thank you for joining me for the whole thing. I know it's been a long video, but it really means a lot to me that you stayed through the whole thing. And also, everyone who watches this video should go check out Gavko's channel. I'll put a link in the description for it. And check out some of his videos, and especially the one with the contest. So I encourage you all to make your own video response to his video and enter the contest yourself. One last thing that I want to say about Gavko is that I want to personally thank him for making this contest. He's got quite a few in the past, and he's just a great guy for making this contest. We all know that he doesn't have to, but he likes to reward his fans, and I really appreciate that, being a large fan of him myself. And I guess I'll see you next time. I'm not sure how well this is going to do. It's not bad. It's definitely not as easy to cut as the printer paper.